Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Of course, this is going to be the final episode of Dark Souls 3. Also, I did jump off there because I have a crap ton of runes for those recording scenes with Ring City DLC. Because I did have to kill some enemies. To get those scenes, obviously, I collected runes of some sort. And I forgot to jump off beforehand. The Ring City Wall, right? Yeah. But we have a trifecta of bosses today. We have Dark Eater Redeemed, Nameless King, and Soulless Cinder. Soulless Cinder, I'm hoping to be able to first try, because I believe I do have to summon Uriel Blondor. Okay, I don't like hearing that breathing. But yeah, we do have so we need an Ember for Soulless Cinder, I believe. I'm not necessarily going to Ember for Midir, at least for the first few attempts. At least I'm assuming it's going to take several attempts. Speaking of attempts, I missed the hole I'm supposed to jump down off of. I'm supposed to jump into. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah. I should probably have on the fire resistance ring, but I really don't know what ring I would get rid of. If I'm being perfectly honest. I don't want to fall down that hole. I don't want to fall down and die immediately. By the way, this is going to be releasing for sure after, um, Lethal Company. I'm just running this super late. So we should have to stand still, and he'll come to us. Ow. Gonna breathe fire. Ow, oh my goodness. Okay, my hands. Okay, okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. I missed. We're gonna take a flask. I do wish we had a great sword. You're gonna roar. Come on. Okay. I do like the attacks where he's breathing fire. Okay, this is where we run into him. Oh. Ow! I'm not sure how to dodge that attack. It's flying? Ah, I don't know how to dodge some of these attacks. We're gonna run to this side here. And then we run in. Ah, okay. I'm missing some of the timing. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm just not sure how I'm supposed to dodge all of these. I just might not be ready for Meteor. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, he killed us pretty quickly. I'm dead. Alright, we're gonna fight the other two bosses first. I don't want to risk the Embers. Yeah, we're gonna go fight the Nameless King first, and then we are going to go fight Soul Cinder, and then come back to Dark Kingdom Midir. So my quick thoughts on Midir is he's not necessarily as good. He's not the best dragon boss by far, by a long shot. He's just not. The best dragon bosses are all in Elden Ring. Um, just my personal opinion. He's in my opinion, he's very, very far from the top. Some of his moves seem not as obvious to be able to be dodged. And I do think part of the fault is the graphics, because it's kind of hard to tell if the fire counts as fire or not. Actually, can't we go lower? Yeah, there's an elevator down here, but I'm not completely sure. So, okay, I'm gonna get my quick thoughts, and I'm going to unlock the Nameless King boss fight, and then I will kind of catch y'all there. But just my quick thoughts on um, Midir. His health is way too high for how much damage I do not. He's kind of the Elden Ring ideology, and one of the reasons why I do not like Elden Ring nearly as much as any of the other games, except for I like it more than Demon Souls, is they went with the philosophy of high health bar, high damage. I don't like that. I prefer high health bar, lower damage, so that it's more of an endurance fight over kind of, because it makes it to where some builds just simply don't work. For example, as I've said, my katana setup doesn't work nearly as well for both Slave Knight Gale and Midir, but that's because Gale is resistant to slash and bleed, and that's what my watching mode does. And yes, I do know it's called critical, but I'm going to continue calling it bleed. While Midir is straight up immune to bleed, and out of all of the weapon damage types, he's the most resistant to slash. So that's a pain in the ass for me especially. Um, so yeah, now I will catch y'all at the Nameless King. Okay, we made it to the lever. which is very nice. I still remember how to unlock the shortcut. Okay. We need a shortcut though. Oh, we have a bonfire here. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Okay. We do need our bow to... It's +8. Alright. Now we have to go find the ash to give us, Titanite chunks so we can upgrade our bow to fully +10. There is something that I do want to check, because I believe with Entree, I believe we can infuse our bow with, Dex thing. Let's double check that real quick.
Wasn't he?
Infuse. I don't know if we were actually... Yeah, no. Okay, we can't infuse bows. Alright. Repairing, we don't need...
Pretty be careful.
Be careful. Alright. So, I'm gonna go find the, ashes, bring it back, upgrade our bow to +10, and I will catch y'all back at the Nameless King boss fight. Alright, so we are here. We're gonna be cheesing, okay. We're gonna be cheesing Nameless King here. Because do I want to fight him normally? Absolutely not. Nothing will remain once the bell is tolled. We don't actually need our Estus ring, and technically speaking, we don't need Havel's ring either. Chloranthian Wing we sort of need. I'm gonna swap out the Estus ring for the Covetous Serpent ring. HP is low. We don't actually have any rings in particular that'll help us out, but we'll just put on Covetous Serpent ring +3. Oh, that's a little nerve-wracking. But y'all will be able to see his cutscenes and everything, and this should really only take us one try. Does it run straight through him? We just gotta keep running away. You know, technically speaking, we don't even have to use our bow for this part. I realistically should probably have, I wonder how that didn't do damage to us before. Woo! Ow. Okay. We just have to stay out of range. Yeah, I kind of wish I had my melee weapon here. No, are you kidding me? Crap. I need to not... Are you... His fire lasts that long? Holy shit. No, we're not going to try to aim for the head or anything like that on here. We are going to swap between the bow. Ow. His head is too high. Fuck! My washing pole is a little frustrating. There we are. Bam. Okay. First phase done. We are bowing for the second phase. Whew. Here's an onion boy. Hey, we're sort of wearing the same armor. We need to run. We need to be a little bit further. There we are. Nameless King is down. Alright. Okay. Nice. Now we're in the middle of a building. Alright, we don't need a bow ever anymore. And we can go back to Estus flag. Actually, no. Yeah, we can. Okay. Oh, I actually do have enough to level up. Nice. Okay. Why is my helmet black? Why is my helmet black? That's very strange. Hold on a second. Is the Rune Guard, does the Rune Armor black now? This is weird. Why is my onion and why am my onion black? And there's Ornstein's armor. Dragon Slayer Spear. We're gonna use a Homeward Bone to go back to Firelink Shrine. Alright. Okay, we're gonna level up
Ashen
first.
one, for the length. Very well then taken.
Let these souls withdrawn from their vessels, manifestations of disparity,
We're gonna go into Dexterity, maybe? Or should I go into Vitality? I don't know what I'm just gonna go into Vigor.
Ashen one.
Okay, and we got Embered from that, so... Time... Alright, we're gonna tackle Solar Cinder next. We're gonna tackle Solar Cinder. If I can figure out where the Flameless Shrine, I believe that's where I want to go, right? We're gonna go tackle the Solar Cinder, and we should be able to at least go back in. Then we'll go back and defeat Darkeater Midir. We can proceed to the first flame. Oh, this bonfire, I believe it's to Dreg's heat. Oh, no, it's not. Bonfire is lit. We should have, I believe, Yuri of Londor should be it should be an available NPC summon here. Londor Pale Shade? I think that's one of them. I'm not a sign, another summon sign has appeared. Okay, yeah, there's Yuri of Londor. Okay. Now, I'm going to take off Grasscrest Shield so that I can have on Covenant Serpent Ring +3. Because, unfortunately, the shield's too heavy. So, we're going to summon Yuria of Londor, and you'll also be able to see Lord of Hollows ending. There's Yuria of Londor. And we are also going to do Londor Shade. Pale Shade. I did not have an NPC summon the first time I fought Solar Cinder, so... As if I've... Well, no, I have fought the Solar Cinder twice, so... Right? No, I've only beaten him once. So, I did not have NPC summons for him. However, I did beat every single boss except for Darkeater Midir last time, so... Alright, Solar Cinder. Okay, Solar Cinder's kind of fucking huge. Hey, if he doesn't aggro on me, oh, okay. Can I posture break him? Oh, he changed weapons to oh, magic. Oh, there's, Comet Azure. Why is he not attacking me is my question. Third blade. Oh wow, he does not deal much damage to us. Hey, yo, let me get that last hit in. Oh, I forgot, we actually have second phase. I'll use Gold Pine Resin. Ooh, okay. Okay. Oh, ow. Bro? No. Okay. Can somebody take his fucking aggro? Holy shit! Okay, hold on a second. I need to apply... poison's fine. Fuck! Fuck, you got us both. I might be dead here. Bro, the grabs, my G. Okay. That should be him done. I forgot to show you what the Nameless King gave you. I apologize. I just realized that. Oh, I didn't actually use a soul. Okay, so we got Uriel of Londor, and don't worry, I will be explaining the lore at the end of this video for both bosses, both Solar Cinder and Nameless King. Both of their lore is quite interesting. But here we should be getting the Lord of Hollows ending. We did everything correctly. I even summoned Uriel of Londor for the final fight. I'll just let this cutscene play out for y'all.
Gracious Lord, make Londor whole.
Oh yeah, and I had never gotten this ending, so... So there is that ending. Hold on a second. Begin Journey 2 in current state. No, I do not want to begin Journey 2. Because we still have one last task to complete. Also, now that we got that ending, I can get rid of this hollowing. But I'll just keep it for now.
For the link. Very well. Then take note.
Take nourishment from my soul. Lightning, not helpful.
Ashen one.
Okay, I'm gonna show y'all what can be crafted. I would suggest doing this crafting and stuff before you go into New Game Plus 2. So, Sunlight Spear. I forgot which. This one is the Solar Cinder Sunlight Spear. The other one is Lightning Storm. Solar Cinder, you can get Firelink, Greatsword, and Storm Curve. Greatsword is from Nameless King. Dragon Slayer Spear, Nameless King. Keep in mind with all of these, you can only get one of the rewards. You can't get all of them. Estus Ring. Okay, so now we can give Midir 3 attempts. 3 attempts is the max we can do. Without having to install a mod that gives infinite embers. Also, I doubt I mentioned this, but I did end up figuring out a way to get Twinkling Dragon Torso Stone. So I thought that was pretty neat. I have these, but I thought this is interesting. That's pretty cool. I didn't even know that I didn't even realize Dark Souls 3 had a dragon form. Bruh. No. No way after using all that, we ain't got enough. Oh, okay, we have 6. Okay, we're good. We're Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane. I'm gonna buy some Homeward Bones, I guess. I don't plan on using any other weapon. Oh, armor. Armor-wise, I don't think we've unlocked anything new. Oh, actually, we did unlock the Nameless, the Dragon Scale armor. And the Soul of Cinder's armor, I believe, so. Which we'll pick up, we'll pick up 2 of the pieces. I don't believe any of the armor that we can obtain is actually better than what we have currently. In terms of weight, sure, but like, in terms of, you know, House Ring and everything. And there's not, well, Firestone Plate Ring is probably the only ring that I would replace Havel's Ring with. But the thing is, we'd be dropping our resistances quite low. So, it's probably better for us to have Havel's Ring on. Alright, but time for a lot of attempts at Dark Eater Midir. Huh. Here we are. Alright, my dear. Alright, Midir, I've barely leveled up. I forgot what sign I'm supposed to run to there. Yeah, I figured out how to dodge that. What the fuck? I'm not sure how the fuck I'm supposed to dodge that. Okay, bro. Yeah, I figured out, I think, how to dodge that. Never mind. The fire effects are a little bullshit. Yeah, some of these attacks are just complete bullshit. But not necessarily because of the boss himself, but because the fire effects are just... What? There was no tell for that. That attack was bullshit. That attack is literally just bullshit. There's no clear way to tell how far that attack actually reaches. This is bad. This is really, really bad. That's like, what the fuck? No way! Please, please tell me this. Oh no. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Holy shit, let's go! Oh my god. I did it. I did it. Oh my god, I did it. I did it. Holy shit, I did it. Oh my god, I did it. Oh. Okay, we're gonna, see what Dark you can get with Dark Unimadir. Sure, I guess I'll level up, I guess. Doesn't really matter.
Ashen One.
I ended at 124, which is probably what I was about when I did the game last time. Oh, wrong tombstone. So, you can get Old Moonlight. That's a little strange. It makes sense lore-wise, but doesn't make much sense gameplay-wise. Frayed Blade. That's it. Hey, I'll let you look at, good old Andre here. Ah, okay. His glory. This will be the last time you see him, so enjoy his girth. No diddy. But okay, I have to talk about a couple of things. First off, holy shit, we have officially beaten every single Soulsborne boss that I've attempted. Every single one. I never attempted Kalameet, so I don't really count her, so Kalameet's the only From Software boss outside of Dark Souls 2 and Sekiro that I have attempted, that I have not attempted and not beaten. I never attempted her. So she's technically speaking the only boss that I've never beaten. However, that technicality lies on I never bothered to attempt her. Even Manus of the Abyss I have beaten before. Legitimately. There's only one boss. There are very few bosses that I have only cheesed. And they are a rare breed. No boss in Elden Ring is like that. Even Malacath I've never properly cheesed. In Elden Ring, all the bosses, I usually run a stance breaking build. So that's kind of how that works. Bloodborne, however, does have one, and that's technically speaking, it's a quote-unquote cheese, but it's more so a positioning strategy. So I used to use the threaded cane for Gascoigne, kite him around a tombstone, and then when he reached third phase, I get him stuck. I didn't even know the stairway cheese even existed until recently. Especially one that I was able to do. So he's the only other boss that I have technically only cheese. Right? Yeah. Yeah. David Shadows of Yharnam I've beaten with NPC summons. I have done their cheese for them though. But yeah, no, there's no other boss that I have cheese. Whoa! No, Mikolash I've beaten once. Legitimately, unfortunately. Because the poison thing, I couldn't figure out how to make it work. So, man, Dark Unimedir. Okay. I really want to get my quick thoughts here before passing it over to Lormy to cover. Lormy has to cover a lot. So, do keep in mind this video will probably be a little bit longer than usual, but Lormy is going to have to explain quite a bit. Nameless King and Solar Cinder both have a crap ton of lore behind them, and Dark Unimedir doesn't necessarily have that much, which is great, but gonna have to encapsulate like Dark Souls 1 even, so. Now, in terms of strictly gameplay bosses gameplay-wise, Dark Unimedir, he's not the best dragon fight. I can say that for sure after beating him as well. I just don't agree. A couple of his attacks, I personally don't see a way to dodge them. It feels like one of those situations, kind of similar to Tower Knight, where you're supposed to block. That's what it feels like to me. However, if y'all are new to the channel or anything like that, I hate blocking. I hate blocking. I never really use a shield. The only time on this channel that I've actually used a shield legitimately was only 2 times. One was for Demon Souls, which I did not continue that series. The other one is was during Lord Quinn in his fight, because he can be parried. And he can be parried reliably. Those are the only 2 times I have ever used a shield for a shield. Now, here's the thing. A lot of the Elden Ring dragon fights are just flat out better because they don't go as hard into the Elden Ring philosophy of higher health, higher damage output. I disagree with that ideology. I prefer larger health pool, lower attack power to make it more of an endurance fight, at least for the good bosses. And those are what make bosses good. And unfortunately for the top 3 spots, Midir would have to fight with Placiduceus, in no particular order, Placiduceus, Bale, and Fortisax. And Midir is just not better than any of those 3. He's just not. After beating him, and after completing, this is the second time that I have completed the Ashes of Ariandel DLC and the Ring City DLC. I still personally feel like they should have been one DLC instead of 2 separate ones. It feels a little janky having them being separate things, I'm going to be honest. And to me personally, it feels strange to access the Ring City DLC through Dreg's Heap and through the Kiln of the First Flame. To me, it feels a little weird. I don't know if it's just you guys, but to me, it does feel a little bit strange. The routing for both DLCs feels a little bit strange. Now, Elden Ring's DLC, I have been twice. Once on my own, and then the second time in Elden Ring Seamless Co-op with Torcha. And Dark Souls 1, I have been that DLC twice. So, it's kind of ironic. Old Hunters is the only DLC that I've been multiple times. Now, Old Hunters from Bloodborne, the Bloodborne DLC, is flat out the best DLC in all of From Software. In all of Soulsborne. In my opinion. Old Hunters is just flat out the best. None of the rest don't stand that close to it. If you consider Ashes of Ariandel and Ring City to be separated, I do consider them to be the worst individually. I think Dark Souls 1's DLC, Artorias of the Abyss DLC, is even slightly better because it introduces some quite unique things to it, and also the tie with Sif, Artorias of the Abyss, completely changing a boss fight, of which and no DLCs after it have done. The only quasi exception is sort of Old Hunters, where defeating Lady Maria at a certain point in time will give the doll special dialogue. That's kind of the only change, though, which is unfortunate. So I considered these two to be the worst. After that would be Artorias, and then, well, first would be, yeah, probably Artorias, then Shadow of the Erdtree, then Old Hunters. But Old Hunters, and the gap between Old Hunters and Shadow of the Erdtree is super wide, super wide. However, if you consider them to be the two DLCs to be one DLC, I do consider them to be better than Shadow of the Erdtree still. So Slave Knight Gale. Vidira's pretty solid. Well, solid relatively speaking. Half-Life Spirit of the Church is terrible. And Champion Gravetender is terrible as well. Sister Freed is pretty good. Sister Freed is alright. She's pretty not alright, but she's a very, very good boss. Unfortunately, Shadow of the Erdtree, a lot of the bosses do not track with each other. It feels like they kind of just threw in it's like if you got a mushroom, a lemon, and like a papaya and threw it all in together and called it a dish. Like, none of those flavor profiles really match with each other, and that's the best explanation as I can see with Shadow of the Erdtree, is none of the bosses really have anything to do with each other. They're great on their own. Like, I like mushrooms, I like lemons, I don't really know if I like papayas, but like, all together they don't make sense. And that's how I feel with Shadow of the Erdtree, and that's one of the reasons why I just cannot consider it the best DLC. I just can't. Ever. Even in all of gaming, I can never ever consider Shadow of the Erdtree even in the top 3. Now, I think it's time for me to pass it over to Lore Me for one last time. Hello everyone, this is Lore Me here. We're gonna kind of blaze through the lore just a little bit. I'm here to explain some things. Dark Eater Midir, basically, it literally is just he was a dragon that ended up getting consumed by the Abyss. That's kind of it. I believe he was one of the last dragons. Like, I believe he was the last actual dragon. So there's really only 2 true dragon fights at least in between from Dark Souls, at least out of Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3, there's only 2 dragon fights that are actual dragons, and there's a Calamite and Dark Eater Midir, I believe. So, because the rest of the dragons are dead. So, that's pretty much all Dark Eater Midir lore that you kind of need to know. That's basically it. Now, for the Nameless King, however, he's a little bit more interesting. So the Nameless King is Lord Gwyn's son. So basically what happened was, obviously Gwyn rose everybody up against the dragons in the Age of the Ancients. Gwyn fought the dragons Nameless King fought along with Gwyn's son. By the way, we don't know the Nameless King's true name, and we'll get there. However, Ornstein was under the Nameless King at first, and the Nameless King's armor is made out of the dragon scales out of the scales of the dragons that he killed. Now, this is where things get a little bit interesting. So, after the Battle of the Dragons ended, Gwyn would end up going to Link the First Flame, and the Nameless King would take Gwyn's place in ruling over Anor Londo. The Nameless King would eventually set up Anor Londo for the humans, and the humans would be shepherded in to rekindle the flame over the course of time. Now, Gwyn didn't really have anything to do with this, but at some point, the 4 kings in New Londo would go into the Abyss, screw around in there a little bit, and then Nameless King would eventually flood the place. Also, Seath the Scaleless would go kind of insane, and Ornstein would be left to protect Anor Londo and Guinevere, specifically. The Nameless King would eventually, seeing all of this, would eventually just leave, go back to the dragons, and essentially try to commune with them, and ended up getting his own wyvern, because I believe he saw kind of what the flame did to everybody's psyche. He saw the Witch of Izalith go insane too and turn into the bed of chaos. So he kind of just decided, fuck all of you. I'm gonna try to get us back to the Age of the Ancients, and I'm gonna chill over here at our Dragon's Archpete, whatever. And Ornstein, however, would stay behind, um, waiting for someone to link the next flame. Once that happened, Ornstein would eventually leave Anorlando, and he would leave and go over to track down the Nameless King, and that's where you find his armor set there. Now, it is a little bit wishy-washy, Ornstein's actual involvement. I personally speculate that Ornstein did die in Dark Souls 1. Somebody who knew Ornstein would eventually pick up that armor set and leave. That's my theory. Also, Smo was not one of the 4 Great Knights. Ornstein was, Smo was not. So, that's something to keep in mind. That's a quick wrap-up of the Nameless King and Ornstein. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move into the Soul Cinder, all that jazz. Sorry this is going a little bit fast, but I'm trying to keep this video a little bit more concise here at the end. Now, the Soul Cinder is interesting. So, from a gameplay perspective, he basically can use, great swords, curved katanas, sorceries. You saw all of that stuff kind of in the fight. In the first phase, he can use all of that. In the first phase, you're basically fighting every single person that has lit the flame. Every single person, all of your builds from Dark Souls 1, like all of them, you're fighting all of them, which is a really, really cool idea. The location of the Soul Cinder is not the same as in Dark Souls 1. They're just not in the same location. At least I personally don't believe that they're in the same location at all. I think either at some point the flame kind of transmogrified its surroundings or something to that effect. Now, the Soul Cinder's second phase is basically you're fighting essentially a better version of Lord Gwyn from Dark Souls 1. The music, you can kind of hear it in the notes a little bit, and also, I mean, like the sword, the fire, and he does use lightning sometimes, which is what Gwyn was able to use lightning. He just never used it in the fight in Dark Souls 1. I believe he only used fire. So, and it's the Soul Cinder kind of prove that you're worthy for the flame, and we would kindle that flame. And when we kindle the flame, we got the Lord of Hollows ending. So the other endings, we just become the next Lord of Cinder, and the other one, we just return to the Age of Dark. It's kind of unclear what the Age of Dark looks like, and also the Lord of Hollows is kind of ambiguous what happens after that. It's kind of up to your interpretation. Now, Yuria of Londor does help. She wants to bring about essentially the Age of Humans. Right, we've had the Age of Ancients, which was during the Dragon Era, where everything was kind of like nothing happened. And then you have the Age of the Gods, I believe it's what. Or no, it's the Age of Fire, but it's technically Age of the Gods as well, with Gwyn, Seed the Scalers, Nito, and Witch of Izalith. But really, it's the Age of Fire, and humans never really got their chance in the spotlight, so to speak. So Yuria of Londor wants to bring that about, and the Pilgrim was there to help us do that at first, and the last kind of to assemble all the Dark Souls, we did need Andre of Astor. There is no happy ending for her. There just isn't. So the Pilgrim kills her, so we can get her Dark Soul, and we officially become the Lord of Hollows. I do like I don't know if it's specific. I never noticed it before, but I believe it was Sister Free that had kind of interesting dialogue for us being the Lord of Hollows, which I do find that pretty cool and interesting. So basically, the ending just leads it to being the Age of Humans. It's not necessarily the Age of Dark or the Age of Fire necessarily. We essentially, in my opinion, basically become a Lord Gwyn-ish character. Being basically a being that, transformed into essentially a god, so to speak. Now, that essentially wraps up everything super quickly. So, I do appreciate y'all watching this little series here. All the rest of the bosses are in previous videos. They're attached to the Lords of Cinder. So, Abyss Watchers, we covered their lore and all the previous bosses, except for Crystal Sage and Deacons of the Deep. And then, you know, for Yorm, we only covered Yorm. And then for Aldrich Saint of the Deep, we covered Pontiff, Deacons, and then, you know, so on and so forth. As far as future plans for the channel, I kind of haven't quite decided, like, if I want to do a long series again. Check out the, you know, Lethal Company video. I would appreciate it. As far as what's coming next, I don't know. We might do some horror games. It really depends on how that video does. We might do Phasmophobia next. However, we will have Sparking Zero. Sparking Zero is kind of the next big thing. Well, I would like to upload a video on, like, a tier list of every single Soulsborne boss, now that I have done all of them at least twice. I might do that in the relative future if I need, like a quick thing, or, you know, something to help out a little bit. But, yeah, that's kind of it. I appreciate y'all for watching the series, and thanks for tuning in, and I will catch y'all on the flip side.